চোখ হারিয়েছেন, তিনি একটা সময় ইন্ডিয়ান টিমের ক্যাপ্টেন হবেন এবং তারপর he will have a batting average of over 34 despite losing an eye in a car crash. Yeah. কে ভেবেছিল যে এমন একজন মানুষ যিনি এমন সময় টিমের দায়িত্ব পেয়েছেন যখন টিমের অবস্থা প্রচন্ড খারাপ এবং ম্যাচ ফিক্সিং এর অ্যালিগেশনস লাগানোর জন্য টিম ধুঁকছে। ওকে, টিমের বহু ক্রিকেটার যারা ভীষণ রকম ডিপেন্ডেবল ক্রিকেটার তাদেরকে কোয়েশ্চেন করা হচ্ছে অ্যান্ড maybe Indian cricket team was going through the worst phase of its entire lifetime probably. সেই সময় কে ভেবেছিল যে এমন একজন মানুষ আসবেন যিনি ইন্ডিয়ান ক্রিকেটকে একটা অন্য উচ্চতায় নিয়ে যাবে? কে ভেবেছিল যে এমন একজন মানুষ যিনি ক্যারিয়ারের শুরুতে একটা প্রচন্ড রকম বড় সেটব্যাক পেয়েছেন of losing his very loved one, he will go on to create history, taking up the mantle of the Indian cricket team being the captain. কে ভেবেছিল যে এমন একজন মানুষ তিনি যখন ইন্ডিয়ান ক্রিকেট টিমের দায়িত্ব নেবেন তার ঠিক পূর্বসূরি, তার আগে যিনি ক্যাপ্টেন ছিলেন তিনি সাংঘাতিক একজন বড় ফিগার ছিলেন। ওকে, उनका कद जो है वो इतना ऊंचा और इतना बड़ा था that coming out of his particular shadow was a task in itself. But he went on to create history and for the very first time he did something unthinkable. Yeah. So এই সমস্ত জিনিসপত্র নিয়ে আজকে কথা বলবো and we are going to talk about the 5 captains of Indian cricket team, the greatest captains of Indian cricket team. Okay, now greatest captain আমি বলবো যে not regarding statistic, greatest captain, I'm not some sports analyst, I'm only a sport lover and সেই অ্যাঙ্গেল থেকে আমি তোমার সাথে কথা বলবো আজকে about the 5 greatest captains of Indian cricket team. Okay, not the best captains, not the most winning captains, but the greatest captains. এবং there is something which makes a good captain, a good cricketer, uh, a match winning cricketer, a match winning captain great. There are a few things এবং সেই few যে জিনিসপত্রগুলো, সেই যে কিছু কিছু জিনিসপত্র, সেই nuances গুলোতে আমরা একটু কনসেন্ট্রেট করব আজকে। Okay, so let's start off number 5, Mac. Mac is the name. Mac as in MAK, Mansoor Ali Khan Pataudi. Despite losing an eye, একটা চোখ তিনি হারিয়েছিলেন because of a car crash. He suffered a car crash and despite losing an eye, he went on to bat for ages for the Indian cricket team. He was one of the feared batters at his point of time. সেই সময় আমরা ব্যাটসম্যান বলতাম obviously, and he had an average of over 34 despite losing an eye. Okay, yeah, so he became the youngest captain of the Indian cricket team, the youngest captain of the Indian cricket team, Mac Pataudi, যাকে যেহেতু এক চোখে তিনি ক্রিকেট খেলেছেন, that is what makes him one of the great cricketers and also one of the great captains of Indian cricket team, and he was called Tiger Pataudi for obvious reasons, because এক চোখ নিয়ে তিনি যেভাবে ক্রিকেট খেলে গেছেন, যেভাবে ইন্ডিয়ান টিমকে ইন্সপায়ার করে গেছেন, যেভাবে ইন্ডিয়ান টিমকে নতুন উচ্চতায় নিয়ে গেছেন, সেই সময় he was called Tiger for a reason. Absolutely. ওনার সময় Indian cricket team registered I think the first overseas win of 3-1 against New Zealand. Okay, so number 5 for me is Mac Pataudi. By the way, তুমি কমেন্ট সেকশনে লিখতে পারো, যারা যারা আমাকে জয়েন করছো কমেন্ট সেকশনে লিখতে পারো যে who are your top 5 Indian cricket team captains. তোমার top 5 Indian cricket team captains কারা, তাদের ব্যাপারে তোমার লিস্ট, I would like to see your list. আমার সাথে সাথে কারা কারা জয়েন করে গেছে তাদেরকে একবার হাই হ্যালো বলবো কোয়াইট অবভিয়াসলি। অভিষেক, সিদ্ধার্থ, রজত, সায়ন তালুকদার, শৈবদীপ, Shuma Dash, thank you very much everyone for joining. Rajat Vishwas, thank you very much for joining. Najir Khan, thank you. Siddhartho, yes, Azhar was facing the most difficult problems. That time, Dada was a comeback dream for Indian cricket. Yeah, but post Azharuddin. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that. Abhishek Banerjee, Dada. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Obviously, he's in the list, but we are going to go to him. সবে আমরা নাম্বার 5 এর কথা বললাম, ম্যাক পাটাউডি অফ কোর্স। স্মৃতি ইজ উইথ আস, থ্যাংক ইউ ভেরি মাচ। অরিজিৎ অফ কোর্স দাদার কথা লিখেছে, অভিষেক দাদার কথা লিখেছে, শৈবদীপ আমাদের সঙ্গে রয়েছে, এমএসডির কথা লিখেছে, সিদ্ধার্থ, কুহেলি আছে, তন্ময় রয়েছে, পরিতোষ রয়েছে, কণিকা চক্রবর্তী। He was a very stylish cricketer. Yeah, Mac Pataudi was a very stylish cricketer. No doubt about that. স্টুডিও ডেকোরেশন ইজ টু গুড লিখেছে তাপসী। শৈবদীপ লিখেছে রোহিতের ক্যাপ্টেন্সি বেশ ভালো লাগছে, ধোনির পর হয়তো রোহিতের নাম আসতে পারে। So, Ritom Kormokar আমাদের সঙ্গে, thank you so much. Jimmy is also with here, thank you. Jimmy is also with us. Smith is a die-hard MSD fan. অভিষেক বসাক VVS লক্ষ্মণের নাম কেন লিখেছে আমি বুঝতে পারছি না। Lakshman, I mean, yeah, but greatest captain है Lakshman. Okay, okay, fine. So তোমার top 5 captains, 5 greatest captains of Indian cricket team. What is your list? Write down in the comment section. So moving on, Ishita Ghosh লিখেছে দাদা, Sintu লিখেছে Sourav Ganguly, then Virat Kohli. Okay. Okay, so moving on from Mac Padodi to number 4 is Mohammad Azharuddin. Yeah, I know. Kind of a controversial player. That's right. He is a controversial player. Of course he is. But Mohammad Azharuddin is one of the greatest for a reason. According to my list. Okay. According to my list, Mohammad Azharuddin is one of the greatest for a reason. He recorded 90 ODI wins, which was a record at that point of time. 90 ODI wins was a record at that point of time. যখন এত বেশি রান উঠতো না, যখন cricket was not all about runs, and psychologically কিন্তু অনেক কম ম্যাচ জিততাম আমরা, এবং ম্যাচ জেতা was difficult at that point of time. বোলারদের অনেক বেশি স্বাধীনতা, মানে অনেকটা বেশি বোলারদের পক্ষে ছিল সেই সময় ক্রিকেট। এখন it has become much of a batsman's game, but winning 90 matches at that point of time and being such a wonderful batsman at that point of time, and also an amazing fielder. Mohammad Azharuddin was an amazing fielder. Okay, so he went on to win, I think, 14 test matches in a row. Not in a row, I mean total 14 test matches, which was surpassed by Sourav Ganguly later on. I think Sourav Ganguly won 21 test matches tarpor. And then Mohammad Azharuddin won the 1996 Arjuna Award. 1986 Arjuna Award, sorry. 1986 Arjuna Award, and then 1991 a Wisden of the Cricketer. Okay. Wisden Cricketer of the Year, basically. Yeah. And of course, he was banned by BCCI and ICC after the match fixing allegations, which was lifted in November 2012. So Mohammad Azharuddin, according to, of course, the law, is not guilty of match fixing, but he is one of the greatest captains in my opinion. এবং আরো একটা, I think his biggest regret, or maybe it might just be his biggest show off, was that he played 99 test matches. তারপরেই ওনার উপরে ব্যানটা দেওয়া হয়, এবং তারপর he could not, or he did not really play the 100th test match as a cricketer. Okay, so Mohammad Azharuddin being on number 4. Number 3, we will move on to the first World Cup winning captain of our team, Kapil Dev. Oh yeah, Kapil Dev Nikhanj. And I personally think he's one of the most stylish ex-cricketers of all time. Okay, আমি কপিল দেব স্যারের একটা ছবি দেখেছিলাম where he has got a ponytail. I mean, কোন ex-cricketer ponytail রেখেছেন, মানে keeping his age in mind. So talking about, of course, Kapil Dev, he was called the Haryana Hurricane, and he entered into the cricketing arena after Sunil Gavaskar. Sunil Gavaskar was a huge figure at that point of time. So, captaining Sunil Gavaskar, okay, staying in the same team was a big thing. Because, ego is everywhere, basically. Ego is everywhere, right? So, captaining Sunil Gavaskar, like keeping Sunil Gavaskar's stature in mind, captaining him was a big thing. Kapil Dev managed to do that. Of course, he defeated the mighty West Indies in the first ODI win, ODI series win. Tarpore India went on to the 1983 World Cup, এবং সেখানে we created history for the very first time. Yeah, and what a match he has. I mean, what a tournament Team India had at that point of time in 1983. অসাধারণ একটা টুর্নামেন্ট হয়েছিল সেই ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপটা, এবং অফকোর্স ওয়েস্ট ইন্ডিজের এগেইনস্ট ফাইনাল ম্যাচটা was a miraculous match. It was a miraculous match, right? তুমি যদি হাইলাইটস দেখো 1983 ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপের কোথাও থেকে, even if you watch the movie 83, you would know, or even if you read about the 1983 World Cup, India was not the favorite, quite obviously, because তার আগে ওয়েস্ট ইন্ডিজ দুবার ওয়ার্ল্ড কাপ জিতে গেছে, in 1975 and in 1979. So 1983 was like, India was nowhere. Okay, India was absolutely nowhere. But then again, we managed to win the World Cup. Kintu, একটা interesting কথা যেটা বলবো about the 1983 World Cup was the match against Zimbabwe. Yeah, Zimbabwe was a decent team back then, এবং Zimbabwe against we were about to lose the match. Okay, 5 উইকেট পড়ে গেছিল. I think it was what, 31 for 5 or something like that. Okay. I don't remember the score exactly, but then Kapil Dev entered the arena. He being an amazing all-rounder, এখন বলা হয় হার্দিক পান্ডিয়াকে Kapil Dev পর the greatest all-rounder of like somebody who we have got in Team India to be an amazing all-rounder after Kapil Dev is Hardik Pandya. So Kapil Dev was one such man. He was the man in the team to score 175 at that point of time against Zimbabwe. কিন্তু ইন্টারেস্টিংলি সেই ম্যাচের কোনো রেকর্ডিং তুমি পাবে না, because that match was not recorded because BBC was on strike. So that particular match was never really recorded. So Kapil Dev, being the amazing captain that he was, he went on to win the 1983 World Cup, and we became the world champions for the very first time because of him, because of the whole team, quite obviously. But we are talking about captains today. So, of course, his contribution was incredible. His contribution was amazing. I mean, he played a captain's knock and he inspired the whole team. Yeah. And we did something that was unthinkable at that point of time. যে ওয়েস্ট ইন্ডিজকে হারিয়ে we won the World Cup. Yeah. Moving on. Number 2. আমাদের দাদা Saurav Ganguly. That's right. Saurav Ganguly, in my opinion, in my list, is in the number 2 position of the greatest captains of all times. Okay. Number 2 is Saurav Ganguly. Saurav Ganguly, I mean, he also did something unthinkable, because when Indian cricket was struggling with match fixing allegations, many of the cricketers who were, taken out of the team, it was a dark phase of Indian cricket. Probably the darkest phase of Indian cricket so far. এতদিন অব্দি ইন্ডিয়ান ক্রিকেটের যে কটা ফেজ ইন্ডিয়ান ক্রিকেট দেখেছে, that was the darkest phase of Indian cricket. ইন্ডিয়ান ক্রিকেট অত অন্ধকার দিন কোনোদিন দেখেনি. When Saurav Ganguly became the captain, when Mohammad Azharuddin was banned, when other cricketers like Ajay Jadeja was banned and they were not included in the team and they were being investigated. এবং তার পরবর্তী সময়টা নিয়ে আর কথা বলছি না, কিন্তু getting back to cricket once again, Saurav Ganguly took up the mantle at that point of time. It was the darkest time of Indian cricket. And that is why Saurav Ganguly is one of the best. That is why Saurav Ganguly is one of the greatest, and he is, in my opinion, the second greatest captain of all times. Because I mean, bollam, me being not a sport analyst, I am never a sports analyst. I am just a sports fan. I'm just a sports lover, cricket lover. And talking about that, the kind of situation Indian cricket was in when Saurav Ganguly became the captain, that is what, and the things that he has achieved after that, that is what makes him one of the greatest. One of the greatest. That's why that is precisely what he has done to be the greatest. Okay. So he always promoted young talents. We have seen young talents like Zaheer Khan. We have seen young talents like Harbhajan Singh do the unthinkable in Eden Gardens against Australia. ওই টেস্ট ম্যাচে যেখানে আমরা ফলো অন করেছিলাম, তারপরে we went on to win the test match because of Harbhajan Singh, obviously because of VVS Lakshman and Rahul Dravid as well, and because of the whole team. But of course, Saurav Ganguly was behind of them all. Yeah, he was the one inspiring the whole team. So, moving on then, in Saurav Ganguly's tenure, we won the Asia Cup. We were the joint winners in, I think, I forgot the year, but we were the joint winners with Sri Lanka. And we won the NatWest against England. Okay, and who can forget the Dada Shei Jersey Khule celebration? A reply to Andrew Flintoff. Yes, we remember that. Of course we do. এবং তারপর ফাইনালি 1983 ঠিক 20 বছর পর, I don't know if you remember that 20 years back বলে একটা তখন বিজ্ঞাপন শুরু হয়েছিল in 2003, and we were really thinking about winning the World Cup. Okay, we were really hopeful that we will win the World Cup after 20 long years. But then we went very close. We went to the finals, and we had a great run in 2003 World Cup. So that was Dada for you. Now talking about number 1, and of course you guessed it right. It's an easy guess. It's an obvious guess, and he is the one who deserves the number 1 position, undoubtedly, without any further argument, is Mahendra Singh Dhoni. That's right. Mahi, Captain Cool, is the number 1, because, I mean, stats boli, প্রথমে টুকটাক ছোটখাটো স্ট্যাটস বলে দিই যে আইসিসি ট্রফি, চ্যাম্পিয়ন্স ট্রফি জিতেছি, আইসিসি টেস্ট র্যাঙ্কিং এ নাম্বার 1 হয়েছি in when Mahendra Singh Dhoni was the captain. We won the Asia Cup in 2010 and I think 2016. We won the T20 World Cup in 2007. We became the world champions in T20 in 2007. And once again, after 28 long years, we became the world champion in 2011. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni is the one that, you know, cricketers always go to, they look forward to, and they, I mean, echono, cricketers still go to Mahendra Singh Dhoni for maybe tips, maybe uh, to gain, to rub off, some calm state of mind thing from his calm demeanor. Okay. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni, match winner par excellence, one of the best wicket keepers and batters in the whole world. And I think আমি গতকালই বলছিলাম চিয়ার্স কলকাতায় that if we will have a Mahendra Singh Dhoni 2.0 ever. So Mahendra Singh Dhoni being the number 1. That's right. Some interesting fact, Virat Kohli, of course, being one of the most successful captains in terms of stats, কিন্তু বিরাট কোহলির কোনো ICC Champions Trophy নেই. Same goes for Sunil Gavaskar. He was also one of the most successful captains, but I couldn't include him in the list of 5 greatest captains. Same goes for Rahul Dravid, Anil Kumble, Lala Amarnath ji, and there were so many other captains of Indian cricket who are also greats, but যখন টপ 5 এর ব্যাপার আসে তখন মেবি এই টপ 5 ছাড়া আমি আর কাউকে ইনক্লুড করতে পারলাম না. So that's how it is. Thank you very much. সকলকে অনেক অনেক ধন্যবাদ জয়েন করার জন্য, and we had a great time with the episode 1 of Warm Up with Srijon every Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Today we talked about the 5 greatest Indian cricket team captains, and you can go ahead and write on the comment section. You can still do it. Write on the comment section your top 5 captains of Indian cricket, your 5 greatest captains of Indian cricket, and I will always keep on checking your comments. Yeah, absolutely. I will do it. Thank you very much for joining. You have a great time and you have a great evening ahead. You have a good night ahead. Thank you. Bye. Take care.